Hey, what up, man? Sorry about that. As usual, I was starting the damn thing on mute. That's old man problems. I think after you pass 39, technology and you become arch enemies. And me and this mute button still having disagreements. How y'all doing, man? I'm the Iron Kong coming to you live from St. Kitts and Nevis, more specifically St. Kitts. So sunny day, a bit hot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit hot, which is strange because it's not even summertime yet, but it's real hot. If it's so hot now, imagine what's gonna happen in the summer. God. So it's fight week for Andrade versus Williams. I think the weigh-in's happening today at about 1 o'clock, I think, Eastern time. I don't know what time it is for anybody else, but for me, I guess it's 1 o'clock, something like that. So Eddie Hearn, of course, making the rounds on media, and he was talking about, like, of course, he's been asked, like, what next for Demetrius? Like, why hasn't Demetrius been able to secure the big fights? And Eddie Hearn was quite. Eddie Hearn was quite open this time in simply saying people simply don't want to fight Andrade. And it's something I've been saying for a while, that a lot of these fighters pick all these weird excuses, and a lot of these so-called boxing fans pick all these weird excuses. They seem to exercise hypocrisy in their thinking and contradictions in their thinking when it comes to Demetrius Andrade. When you're going to say Demetrius Andrade needs to fight somebody, but the truth is, outside of the champ, what's up, Santos? Outside of the champions, there's no one outside of the champions that we care for either of the champions to fight. But we know that multiple champions have turned down the Andrade fight. So Eddie Hearn was on, and he was asked about it, and he was saying, like, a lot of these guys know who Andrade is. They know how good he was in the amateurs. They know what he presents, and they simply don't want to fight him. You've heard Ronnie Shields go live, and he said, Ronnie Shields, the trainer of Charlo, say Demetrius Andrade doesn't bring anything to the table. Yet Jamal Charlo is saying, I want to unify. Well, there's only one belt over at the PBC side. That's what Charlo has. And let me put the link in early in case anybody wants to get on with me. What's up, Boxing Lounge? How you doing, man? I messed up your name the last time. My bad about that, sorry. So people keep saying he needs to fight somebody, but outside of the champions, which is WBO Andrade, WBA Ryoto Murata, who was just elevated from interim champ to full champ, WBC Charlo, and IBF Gennady Golovkin, in all of those sanctioning bodies, you don't care about anybody else in those sanctioning bodies unless these guys are in fact unifying. I've done multiple streams on this. So, but we know Charlo has turned down shots. As I was saying, Ronnie Shields said Demetrius Andrade doesn't bring anything to the table. But Jamal Charlo has said, I want to unify. Eddie Hearn sends an offer, they turn it down. No counter offer. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Mr. Kong?
I'm good. I'm just here talking about this weird way in which Andrade seems to find himself with these fans and other fighters. So let me finish. So Jamal Charlo says, I want to unify. He doesn't have any other belts over on his side. I think Murata is promoted on the American front by Top Rank. Gennady Golovkin and Andrade are over at the Zone. Andrade is directly with Matchroom, and Triple G is in association with Matchroom in some to some extent. Eddie Hearn has offered Andrade to the Charlos. I'm going to pay you $7 million to come over. No. Okay, fine. I'll send Andrade over there. No. Triple G also is not interested in fighting Andrade. Ryota Murata, I have no idea. I've heard that Murata and Triple G might be trying to get a fight going. I don't know if that's so. But since we don't know if that's so, since we haven't heard anything official, Triple G also has turned on Andrade. If you want me to play the videos for y'all of Triple G ducking questions, of Jonathan Banks, of Triple G's trainer saying he told Triple G to fight Andrade and not Deverenchenko, I can play those videos for you. I've played them multiple times here on this show.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I need to know, Demetrius, people keep saying Demetrius Andrade needs to fight somebody, but outside of the other champions, tell me a fight that you would like to see Demetrius Andrade in, this somebody. That's what I want to know from these so-called boxing fans.
I actually wish.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I actually wish. I wish the Saunders fight had actually happened now.
Yes, but you see, it's weird, right? Where people try to game fans, Billy Joe Saunders and Dominic Ingle. Billy Joe Saunders was on Behind the Gloves, and he was saying how, Andrade should thank the lucky stars. Our fight didn't happen because of me. He's a champion. He needs. I'm like, Billy Joe, you got caught doping.
We're talking about it was the nasal spray.
Sorry. Yeah, bad congestion. Sorry, my bad. You got caught doping, and then you had a second chance to fight Andrade, and you moved up to fight Shefat Isufi, and nobody. So you got your 168 WBO, just like Andrade did, except Andrade actually signed to fight you. Dominic Ingle is on with IFL, and again he's talking about, the Billy Joe Saunders fight didn't happen, but he's not saying why it didn't happen. Dominic Ingle's gym has been, from UK fans, people always say Dominic Ingle's gym seems to be rife with doping scandals. I don't know if that's so. I don't know.
I've heard that again and again and again. Yeah, I've heard that many times.
Well, there you go. So you have a situation, and I'm going to play Eddie Hearn saying that he actually met with Charlo's team since he's been in America. And again, he offered them the Andrade fight once Andrade comes through Williams. And again, they have said no. Eddie Hearn said that he told them Andrade will take the same money you paid Sergey Deverenchenko to fight on pay-per-view. He will take the same money to fight over there on pay-per-view or whatever. And they don't want any of it. We see Jamal Charlo going to fight Juan Montiel. I don't know who Juan Montiel is, but he's going to fight This is his big fight. This is not a mandatory. This is a voluntary.
Let me tell you what I think is going on here. I think I'm going to give you two sort of metaphors or scenarios, right? You've got two people playing chess, but they don't want to use any of their big pieces or lose any of their big pieces. That's one example. And the other one is, when you go for a job and you think you've got a good chance and you realize someone else has got the job, but they don't have as much experience or as good skills as you. You know that it was already decided before you even applied. So what I'm trying to say is, I think these guys, most of them have their roadmaps ahead of them, and it's as safe as possible.
Well, what could Triple G's roadmap? Triple G, in my opinion, is a brilliant villain where he's gotten this big contract off of a fight that was supposedly supposed to happen. The fight's not happening, and Triple G actually has the contract, a pension plan, and he doesn't have to fight no hard fights. He has shares in the company.
Yeah, but someone could make the argument that he's put in so much hard work up until he signed the contract that he's got it there in his resume. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't need to earn the contract. I'm not saying that at all. But he's not going to be maximizing his potential on the contract at the minute.
Well, Triple G hasn't given back the zone any returns on that contract. This is the worst. I said this is the worst boxing contract I know of in recent history. I don't know of another one. I mean, this was a terrible signing.
I think the only reason he was signed was just to get the third fight.
That's correct. I believe that.
Yeah, me too.
I believe that was the only reason.
It was 100 million. How much did he sign?
It was like $50 million a fight. It was like $100 million.
Nah. I think the whole package was worth 100 million. A potential 100 million.
Yeah, well, Triple G is over at the zone getting a free ride, and you have his fanboys coming on to defend him at every turn. And I still need people to tell me, what are these big fights you want Andre to have, since he don't deserve a Triple G fight?
Well, the thing is, all we need to do is go through the sort of the top names in the top 15.
No problem.
Yeah, and then once we go through the ones that aren't really worth talking about, whatever is left, then realistically, unless someone's coming up through the ranks, that's what we've got to play with, isn't it?
No problem.
Because I mean, realistically, Triple G is not really going to be around for another 2 years. I don't see that. So I'm thinking 18 months. Probably do.
I think Triple G needs to be gone now.
Yeah.
I think he needs to go.
Retire.
Just go.
Yeah.
But I think he wants to fight out this contract, see how much bums he can bash, and fight out his contract and leave. He has a brilliant situation. I applaud Triple G and his lawyers for running this deal.
I think it was more the perfect storm that he was in that situation.
Hold on. Let me share my screen, but I don't want y'all to see what I was watching. It's embarrassing. Yeah. So here is the WBO where Andre is. Okay, here it is. And number 1 and 2, Jaime Munguia his team has pretty much X'd out any Andre fight. Remember, Jaime Munguia is actually supposed to be fighting Andre, not Williams. Jaime Munguia is supposed to be the mandatory because he moved up from 154 to fight in 160. He was the 154 champion, and by WBO rules, you can be the mandatory as a champion coming up. That's how Usyk got his shot. However, his team said no, they don't want that fight. Right? So now we have Liam Williams, who he's fighting. Other than that, there's no one here. They don't even have pictures. They don't even have pictures.
Then we're going to have to go to another organization, then, aren't we?
Jeez. Let's see.
And it's not just, just occurred to me, it's not just who else is in the top 15, it's who is available as well and willing to fight.
Here we go. So Ryota Murata is the super champion. I think Erislandy Lara is fighting for this belt coming up. This belt that Chris Eubank had. Chris Eubank is number 1 in the WBA. He said he wants to fight Golovkin. I would think Golovkin will fight Chris Eubank. This is an easier fight for him. Chris Eubank is a guy he can beat because he's, I don't know. Anyway,
no, I don't
so here
know.
we go.
I think I would favor Eubank at this point, but only slightly.
Yeah. So here we have again WBA, a bunch of, well, you have Sergio Martinez. I mean, really. Who else is here? No one. And this is the top 15 in the WBA.
Yeah, let's try. Unless you get someone from 160 to move up, that's another possibility. Maybe there's a champion at 160. Oh, I thought he went to one. Oh, it was Billy Joe that went to 168. My bad.
Yeah, Billy Joe ducked out and went to 168.
Surprised Andrade's still making weight.
Well,
he's gonna be like 30 now.
So here we go. 160 WBC. Of course, the franchise nonsense which Canelo has left behind, and Jamal Charlo. Again, you have Jaime Munguia.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps getting ranked very high, but he's not doing shit. Andre had already beat Selecki. Deverenchenko got knocked out by Charlo and beaten badly by, well, sorry. He was in a rough fight with Triple G, which I thought he won. And then he got in another rough fight with Danny Jacobs. This guy's body must be, and Charlo is fighting Juan Montiel. This guy, don't even have a picture, bro. And then after that, no one. So Tommy, we've gone through all. Well, sorry, the IBF. My bad. Triple G's sanctioning body. This is even worse. No one has no pictures. 2 vacant spots, 1 and 2, no. Whew. Number 3, no picture. Number 5, no picture. None of these guys has no pictures, Tommy Temple.
Yeah.
So when people tell me Andre needs to fight somebody, but all of the champions are saying no. All the champions are saying no to fighting him. Who does he then fight? What does he do?
All he can really do is defend his belt at the minute, because that's the only option he's really got.
1-2 Kid, what's up, man? Sorry about that.
Morning, Con. Morning, Tommy. Nah, don't worry about it, man. I see you was busy pulling up some articles and some rankings. Did I see Munguia underneath Sergio Martinez in the rankings?
Hey man,
that's crazy.
Hey, man. You have a problem with Maravilla on the ranking?
Not at all. I'm just shocked, and then I seen a lot of people with no avatars ahead of them.
No avatar. My thing is, right, because I was listening to streams again today, and the same conversation comes up. Well, Andre needs to fight somebody. He needs to fight. I'm like, who outside of the champions is Andre supposed to fight? Y'all don't see what's happening. These guys don't have nobody to fight but each other.
Mm-hmm. And no one wants to play their big chess piece at the minute.
Yeah, and what happens then? What happens then? Now they can't fight each other, and they still pulling people up with no avatars to fight. They capping.
Oh,
they dry humping out here, y'all. They ain't giving y'all what y'all want to see.
Quick question about Andrade. Did he win a vacant belt, or did he beat a champ?
No, he remember when Billy Joe popped hot, the belt went vacant.
That's a fact.
No. Tommy gone. Anyway, yeah, Billy Joe pissed hot because Billy Joe was a 160 champion. And then the belt went vacant. So he had to fight Walter Kauta Ndakwa from Namibia. After that, they tried to make the Billy Joe fight again, and Billy Joe said no.
The point I was trying to make is you could level it as a criticism that he hasn't actually beaten a champion yet.
Well, he's trying to. He wants to be the champion.
I know.
It's just the hypocrisy I get from boxing, where quote unquote boxing fans, where they operate in this fear of contradictions, where it's like you're fighting, you know what's happening here, but because you want to prove a point, because you want to keep a narrative, You keep up this thing with, Andre needs to fight somebody. Like who, sir? Who at 160 you want Andre to fight? Because thus far, everybody has said no. They don't want to fight him.
Didn't Lennox Lewis get the same shit for fighting for the WBC when it was vacant?
I don't know. Did he?
I'm sure.
You're a historian. Is that when Riddick Bowe dumped the belt?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Why did Riddick Bowe dump the belt?
Because Rock Newman didn't want the fight to happen. And that was Riddick Bowe's promoter, because somebody had mentioned to him that he would lose to Lennox Lewis. I think Emmanuel Stewart was talking about it. And then after that, they did have a fight signed, but Lennox Lewis got knocked out.
By Hassim?
Yeah, I believe by Rockman.
Oh.
Although I didn't think Riddick was at that point. He was somewhat of a. He was washed early. Yeah, it didn't take much, you know.
Yeah, Riddick was in some wars in his time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at such a young age.
The Riddick that fought Holyfield the first time, I think, would have taken Lewis.
I do too.
Hold on, I'm looking. Go ahead, Tom. I'm looking for a video that I want to play. What is that sound, Tommy?
Oh, it's me vaping.
It's like a screech sound when
Was it?
you know. Yeah, what's that?
Vape.
Oh, it's vaping. What the hell is a vape? Is that like the
nicotine?
The fancy thing. Okay, I got you.
It's smoking without smoking, really. So it don't have all the bad health benefits, or as many.
What do you think of my icon, Kong?
Is that supposed to be me?
It is.
Did you see how on your game I gave that dude that work, body shots?
Do you know what? For some reason, your comment didn't appear. Now I saw it in my feed, but when I went to the video, it wasn't there, so I couldn't even respond to it.
The computer doesn't want me bragging on how I knocked this dude. How I not want to get you to see it?
I see some of it. You should put him in there with Billy Joe.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Put him in there with Billy Joe.
So we'll have Billy Joe at middleweight fighting the 175.
They can't deal with me, bro. Say something, man. Hold on, I'm looking for this goddamn Eddie Hearn thing.
Or nighttime rather.
Oh, here it is. Never mind.
Is that something we will expect to see more often to kind of cater for? So it's a.
Hold on. So I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna mute my mic. This is what Eddie Hearn had to say about the whole Charlo thing. Hold on.
The real fight.
Spoke to Demetrius yesterday, and he spoke about how much he wants Golovkin next. Obviously, we know Charlo has been mentioned on numerous occasions, but he said with those fights, it just comes down to money. He's like, how much more do you feel you have to offer? Because I remember previously when there was talk about the £7-8 million offers put to Charlo, for example.
They won't come. And I don't need them to come. We'll do the fight on Fox. Like, people sometimes have got to look at situations like Andre against Charlo and Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney and just break it down sensibly and go, why? The reason is because they don't think they can beat him, or maybe the trainers don't think they can beat him. Because I've said to another person I had a meeting with yesterday, Louis de Cubas, and part of PBC, and said, look, we'll take the same money that you gave Derevenchenko, right? And that was on pay-per-view. Charlo Andrade, much, much bigger than Charlo Derevenchenko. So what's the excuse? You say you want to fight the champions. You say you want to unify the division. Charlo Andrade's a brilliant fight. Part of me wants Demetrius to look bad on Saturday, get knocked down and scrape a win, so they might fight him. But the problem is, Andy, is a lot of these fighters have grown up together, and they saw Demetrius coming through, and they knew how good he was. Like, he was one of the top amateurs. No one wants to fight Demetrius Andrade. But if he can at least put in a performance that is spectacular, we can start shouting from the rooftops, and maybe then there'll be a chance.
we know how much the zone's backed you guys and invested into Matchroom and the shows you've put on, but is there any pressure on their behalf to see Demetrius in one of those fights now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is a good fight for the zone because, you know, that it's an early start time. It's going to have a big UK audience as well, and that's a big focus for them, is the global output of their fights now. So, yeah, they want to see Demetrius in a big fight. You know, he's on good money, and Demetrius against X is not always going to set the world alight. So they need to see him in a big fight, and they're happy as well if he gets an opportunity and it's not on the platform. I think that's one of the most refreshing things about DAZN. They also understand that we can't restrict opportunities for fighters. So that's what I said to the guys yesterday, if you need to do it on Fox pay-per-view, go ahead.
Your comments.
Well, it seemed that that across the street shit is dead because the promoter and the fighter crossed the street and Charlo didn't get off the porch. So that's how that goes.
I got the impression of Eddie that he had more to say, but he was holding back. Watch the start of the interview. I'm not saying play it again, but if you watch the start of the interview, watch the tension on his lips when he's pressing them so close together. It's like he's trying to bite his own tongue.
I think he just wants to call these motherfuckers ducks. That's what he wants to call them. Because in another interview he was on, and he mentioned, this was the first time he ever mentioned that Triple G also is a bit skittish about taking the Andrade fight. So obviously he has put it to Triple G before, and he said no too. This is a behind the gloves interview, I think, and he was saying like even Triple G is like, is skittish. I think he's frustrated, right? Because you're paying this guy good money, he has a belt, but nobody wants to unify. If one of those belts was with a UK guy, it would have been unified by now.
Yeah, I agree.
But you have Triple G, who is on his last legs. He wants his pension plan. Charlo, who is lying to the public. How could one brother be on such a different trajectory from the other? I don't understand. Until
on the same promoter.
Until the other brother has to always correct people on his Instagram lives. I am not 160 Charlo. Stop calling me a duck.
That's my brother.
Did. He called him out too. He said, "You duck." He said, "You duck Andrade and Canelo." I would have fought them both. I said, "Damn, man, that's messed up."
Every time he goes on a live, somebody puts up the duck symbol, right? And he always says, "I'm not." So he clearly knows who people are talking about. And he don't even bother trying to defend his brother and say, "No, my brother ain't no duck." He just says, "No, I'm not him. I'm not the duck."
So which one of the brothers started crying? Was it 160 or 168?
154. There's no 168.
That was Canelo because he don't like losing.
Yeah, he has the he's the more emotional hype one. He's the one who always wants to fight somebody. He wasn't it him who wanted to fight Tank or Broner? It was him.
Yeah, he wanted to fight everybody. He wanted to fight. He wanted to fight Andre. Why don't we just do it right now? When his brother was walking away, like he just wants some money, he was like, "Let's fight now."
Right now. He's just a rage monster. But it's like Eddie Hearn, I think it's to the point where, because even Andre kept saying like, maybe it's money, maybe they want more money. But how much money do you offer someone when that person does not even bring that type of attention? Andre's of the opinion that start offering these guys 10 million, 15. But Andre himself has to realize, bro, you ain't even worth that. So there is a cap on how much you can offer people. Triple G already has a huge contract, right? So he don't need to be offered no more money. But it's like, we just went through all 4 sanctioning bodies, all 4. And we just saw that people, they don't even have pictures. outside of the champions, no one cares about anybody else. Only maybe Chris Eubank Jr. Only maybe Chris Eubank Jr. And Chris Eubank is not calling Andre's name. He's calling Triple G. I guess he figures he's old and he can get him.
And get paid better as well, probably.
Probably.
According to his pops, he's the next Mayweather.
He hasn't said that for a while.
He's been quiet about it. The next Mayweather. Yeah.
Bro, I'm just really trying to understand where Charlo is fighting Juan Montiel. Triple G don't have no fight booked. It's rumored he's gonna fight Ryota Murata, but we haven't seen nothing about that. Nothing.
He's fighting who?
Murata. Well, rumor. That's what's going around the YouTube community. But I haven't seen nothing on boxing, seen nothing. Yo, what's up, Haplo? Yo, if y'all want to get on, let me know. Get on. I got about another half an hour, 45 minutes on here. You know what I'm saying?
You got Hap and Red in the building. Mango came through.
Red Glove come true. Haplo come true. We talking about this.
Oh, Kong, if you post a link, you can actually pin it. That way you don't have to keep reposting it.
How you do that?
Hold on. I think if you click on your link, and you can pin it so it always appears at the top of the text box. If that makes sense.
I guess. I mean, after you pass 39 years old, I just said technology and me become,
I'm a bit older than that.
No. No. Okay, here we go. Oh, there you go.
Yay. No, you don't have to do it again.
But hey, Red Glove, Haplo, get on. Whoever else want to get on. Somebody needs to explain to me what's going on at 160, where you have people being offered ginormous amounts of money to fight. It's almost as if Jamal Charlo is like he's being kept on a them like hot dog carousels where it just keeps the sausage warm.
Lukewarm.
Yeah,
lukewarm promotions.
It's like he's just being kept warm for Canelo or something. But he's not going to fight Canelo this year.
There's only so long you can keep the food in there before it goes bad,
Yeah, that's right. Before people stop caring about it, they'll want it.
That's right.
They don't want that shriveled dog.
That lukewarm.
Lukewarm dog.
What the fuck? I mean, so just listening to the whole conversation about Andre and who.
We lost Kong. But just listen to them, Andre, and all. It's like why can't these guys get in there and scrap it up? Why
do they not want to get paid? They don't want the glory.
They don't want the glory. They don't want the money. They just on some lukewarm, mediocre, milking the cow, ass dry humping. That's what they just doing, man. They milking the system, man. They're trying to stay relevant, fighting nobody at the top level of nobodies. It's just funny to me, man.
Would it be fair to say that they're actually milking the sport?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
With fans.
Mm-hmm. We want some burgers, man. We done with the milk. We ain't babies.
Yes, this is terrible. No problem, Red Glove. You say you're cleaning out your office, starting a new job. That's cool, Red Glove. You do your thing, man. You're always welcome here. You got Haplo. Haplo ducking me. Maybe it's probably 5 in the morning, wherever Haplo is from. Haplo is from California, so California is like a different country. So, but Jamal Charlo fighting one Montiel. This dude don't even have a goddamn picture on WBC. And I'm supposed to be. Why I said before, this Liam, people shit on this Liam Williams fight. But this fight is better than all these dudes' fights.
Yep. Triple G's too.
This is
Triple G milking boxing also. I think he was cooking on that earlier. You know what I mean?
Oh,
might be time for him to go. He could take Bob with him. You know?
Yeah,
but them motherfuckers, both of them motherfuckers can get the fuck up out of here, man. We done with y'all.
The zone should have just allowed Triple G. If Oscar didn't lie to Canelo and the zone about the third Triple G fight, we wouldn't be in this predicament. He could have gone over to PBC, got knocked out by Charlo, and whatever.
What was the actual lie that he told?
Who?
Golden Boy.
Oscar was like telling people different things. Like he never spoke to Canelo about definitely doing the Triple G fight, but he gave the zone people the impression that the fight was definitely going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And how'd that shit work out for him? They just took Canelo. Cut out the middleman.
Canelo said, you know what? I don't have no beef with the zone. You see you? Nah, bro, you got to go. And I'm back with the zone again. Right? It's just disappointing. So also Triple G should have been left the sport. This dude don't draw no eyes. If he fights Murata next, I'll watch. But man,
that's not a bad fight. That's for a title, no?
Yeah. Hey, whatever happened to that dude who had beat Murata? What's his name? Rob Brandt. Is he still fighting?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Is he in the rankings?
Rob Brandt had beat Ryota Murata, and then they fought twice, they split the fights, and that was it. He just disappeared. He's not even in any of these rankings. None of them.
Does he got an avatar?
He's not in the rankings.
See? They leaving people with avatars out of the rankings. That way they can surprise you with like one of these motherfuckers. One of these random motherfuckers.
When they become a star, they might get an avatar.
Right. But that's the ranking system for you though, you know? You know, when Yildirim's ranked number one in the WBC, that tells you about how these ranking systems work. Coming fresh off a knockout loss, you know, and then walking into another knockout loss, you know, and then not going home because he's not allowed to.
You got Caleb Plant fighting Truax and shit. Another guy who's on the hot dog carousel, another lukewarm sausage.
Yep, and the hype for that, Caleb versus Caleb. It's like, who cares? Who gives a shit? That's what y'all came up with? Like, the battle of the Calebs. Like, come on, man.
Is that the guy who beat DeGale?
I don't know, but I just think that's a lukewarm promotion.
That's it. Caleb Truax had beaten DeGale.
Oh, yeah, beat him the first time, isn't that right? And then
how long ago was that?
Recently? 2-3 years, something like that.
And even he wasn't all that great at that point. He was on a downslide, no?
Who?
His
DeGale
opponent, DeGale.
Yeah. Oh, he was.
Was that after he got all his teeth knocked out?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was after the draw, wasn't it?
That dude always getting the draw. His opponent. That dude, man.
Well, to be fair, so did the guy with the gash in his forehead. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. That's the guy who knocked his teeth out, right?
Oh yeah. So it was.
Badu Jack?
Badu Jack, yeah. I like Badu Jack.
Draws.
I think he gets a lot of heat because he's a slow starter.
Yeah, so he gets all these like either bad decisions go against him or he gets a draw.
Or a big cut.
God damn.
Dude just yeah, man. He be crapping out at the table, man. Breaking even. I
remember Eddie Hearn tried to offer Battle Jack a fight against Dimitri Bivol, and somehow PBC convinced him not to fight Bivol. I was like, how does PBC keep getting these guys not to fight for belts, like actual belts?
they got to offer them something.
Yo,
Because
Badu Jack, I'd never seen him in a bad fight. Really?
No, it's very exciting.
And he's always coming to fight, and he's going to tell you if the guy on the other side is any good whatsoever, because, you know what I mean? It'll be a draw. If he wins, it's going to be a draw. If he loses, he's just going to lose.
Must be hard to be motivated when you keep on getting results like that.
Yeah, man.
Then you got over there the guy who like I remember when Marcus Brown was supposed to fight Bivol, and they convinced him not to fight Bivol and fight Jean Pascal, and Jean Pascal beat Marcus Brown. I was like, how do they convince y'all to just don't take these fights? Like Jamal Charlo, I want to unify. Here's $7 million. Nah, I don't think so. I rather fight Juan Montiel, and he don't have no avatar. What is going on? How does PBC do it? Matter of fact, you don't have to take the $7 million. I'll send him over there for what you paid the last guy. Nah, Juan Montiel. Stop. Mango Juice says only unifications no at 160. That's all it matters. I agree. No one cares about nobody. Let Chris Eubank go and violate Kell Brook some more since they want to knock out Kell Brook so bad.
Yeah, you got two big names that don't want to fight anybody, and one fighter that wants to fight everybody, but nobody wants to fight him. So,
but the guy who wants to fight them, he's getting the heat. And Andre gets heat for shit that happened at 154 like 6 years ago or some dumb shit. People still talking about, oh, you didn't fight Jamel. Who gives the F? Canelo Alvarez got popped for drugs. And y'all love him, right?
And nobody talks about the fact he got stripped of a title and never lost either.
And then Canelo jumps and fights for the vacant goddamn 154 belt rather than fighting Andre. And that's cool for y'all.
Well, to be fair, you could say the same thing about Fury.
Oh, I can say a lot about Fury.
Yeah.
I can say a lot about Fury, trust me. That's another fraudulent type cat. Walking around fighting the best shepherd from Slovenia, Bratislava somewhere.
Yeah.
The best shepherd, he said. Oh man.
Taxi drivers
from Northern Macedonia somewhere. And then pop back up. I'm the best in the world. Undisputed fight.
The best.
I'm the lineal. I'm the lineal champion. The lineal champion.
Oh, but I'm too inactive to fight AJ. Shut up.
In other words, he's still hungover from his party at the weekend.
He said if he don't respond soon, he's gonna move on. Move on to what?
fight some other
rematch with Schwartz.
Belt mate. Didn't Tom Schwartz get some big jail for beating up his chick?
Oh,
you know we ain't gonna rematch Wallin. No cap. He's like, well, we can give you Wallin. Nah, fuck him. He's a tosser.
Yeah, man. Tom Schwartz he's facing like 10 years for beating up his ex-girlfriend. For breaking her jaw.
Who did?
Tom Schwartz.
Oh. Fuck.
He's doing, listen, man.
That guy fighting next.
Where's he? German? What country is he from?
German.
Yeah, it is Germany. Okay. Germany.
Yo, hang on, I got a phone call. Go ahead. Yeah, I want to talk.
Cool.
Looking up Tom Schwartz, seeing who he's fighting next. I'm gonna watch that shit. Oh, this just recently happened, huh?
Yeah, man. Back to one.
He ain't fighting nobody.
Nonsense. It's nonsense. So Hey, this guy Liam Williams, Tommy, tell me, why this dude's always so angry? This dude always angry, always vexed with somebody. Why?
Liam Williams, is that not the brother of? Hasn't he got a brother who's a boxer as well?
I don't know.
I think he does. So maybe because there's two brothers, you know, you want to distinguish yourself from the other Williams.
Didn't he fight Smith, Liam Smith?
Yeah, he lost twice to Liam Smith.
I don't know why he's angry.
This dude is always pissed off. He's angry, tweeting. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
It's probably because he's not getting the fights and the money that he wants, so he's making noise.
That is actual Saturday though.
Maybe the European Jamel. He's a hothead, you know,
like perpetually pissed. Like, bro, why are you so? I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't take your auxiliary chips.
Yeah, I watched the post or the pre-fight hype when they were sitting there prior to the weigh-in talking shit.
Yeah,
or not the weigh-in, but the face-off.
Yeah, the press conference.
It was all right. It was okay. He was like,
but to the end, right? To the end, Andre was actually competent. Andre was at least the guy is willing to fight me. Everybody else is unwilling, and Liam Williams goes off.
Yeah, he was like, "You didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice.
You had to fight."
Jealous.
I don't know, but I think it's good for the fight, though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's good for the fight. I think it's good for promotion. You got an angry dude. You know what I mean? Fucking, you know, I think maybe Eddie Hearn probably hyped him up too. Was like, you know, this is your big chance. You got to tell the world. Aren't you sick of getting that shit end of the stick? This is your big, and he seems pretty confident. Can't knock the man's confidence.
This man seems quite sure that he gonna lay out Andre on Saturday, and hey, can't knock him.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
Ingle said we have Andre figured out. All this. All right, bro.
That's what you want to hear from a guy with no avatar.
With no face. Man with no face.
Anyway, man.
God make a name for himself somehow, because nobody know who he is. Now they go, yeah, man, I'm making, you know. So I mean, and that's one thing I could say about Eddie Hearn is the guy knows how to promote, man. He knows how to promote.
The man is good. The man is good. Oh, I saw him now saying that they've signed off on a certain site now. So it's just to tie up the exact date and all of that now. So, you know, congrats to Eddie Hearn, man. I mean, Eddie Hearn did this shit by himself, it looks like. You know, that sounds good.
I like the future with Eddie in boxing. I think he brings a fresh perspective, you know?
Yeah, I prefer Eddie to Fish Eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw Frank Warren's son up there, though.
Is he ginger?
He looks like he's a bit. Was Frank a ginger when he was younger?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what it is. So Frank is a ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah, his son is a bit ginger.
Yeah.
Just a bit ginger. So I was like, wow, Frank Warren, his name is Francis. I was like, I wouldn't name my son Francis, but that's cool.
He said, I wouldn't name my son Francis.
Call him Frank, not Francis.
Call him Frank. Don't
Frankie.
call him.
Yeah, but Francis, that's unisex name, isn't it?
Yeah, it is unisex. Well, now it is Francis.
Yeah, now any name is unisex name. No cat. That's serious.
Francis Warren. What God. Anyway, that's it from me, man. I just wanted to come on and talk my nonsense about Andre and these fans who are contradictory in their stance towards him and the 160 division. Andre needs to fight somebody. Okay, I want to fight Triple G. He don't deserve that fight.
It's been like that for some years now, man. He don't deserve that fight. That's perfect.
Fight then.
Perfect.
Who is this mandatory at the minute?
Who?
Has he got a mandatory lined up or scheduled?
Oh, Triple G?
No, Andrade.
Liam Williams.
They don't want to fight him.
And then after that?
Well, mandatories are called once a year. So,
yeah, but if someone turns down the mandatory, that means that they are no longer in line. Am I correct?
Well, don't tell the WBC that, because Ryan Garcia turned down his mandatory, then he's fighting another one to make it mandatory again. So don't tell the WBC that.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's the thing too. A lot of these fans ain't helping the bad situation in boxing.
They're not helping.
Yeah, because he don't deserve it. Why he gotta do that? Why he gotta do this? Like I heard someone say something along the lines of, why does Sean Porter have to activate his right to be mandatory? Why he got to go through all that? What if he just winds up fighting Conor Ben? It's like, what? So you gonna pass up fighting Bud Crawford to fight Conor Ben?
Bro, but as you said, the fans thing, these fans are just, I don't know. It's like they want to prove a point or prove their narrative so bad that they look stupid. Sean Porter, I've said on my stream, Sean Porter needs to have the guts like Cambosis, activate your mandatory. Terrence Crawford needs to have the guts like Teofimo to say, no problem, we're going to head to first bid and somebody going to buy this fight.
Yep.
But instead of that, well, why don't Bob just offer more money? Okay, if Bob don't want to offer more money, activate your mandatory and go to first bid. That's all. Why he got to do that? It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Here's the thing too. When the champion is on the PBC side, a champion is on the PBC side, and they're trying to get a championship on the other side. Let's just say that they're trying to get a championship on the other side of the street, as they say. Why is it that they always outprice themselves? Why is it that they can never, and there's always an excuse by fans to say, yeah, it's not enough money. Oh, they lowballing him. Like it's always a low ball. Never enough. And then they take less money to fight a nobody or a quote unquote just as tough fight. It doesn't make sense. It's no matter where you look, there's some horse shit. It's like all the way around.
It's fanaticism is what it is. Because if you were true fans of the sport rather than the boxer, they wouldn't be acting like that, in my opinion.
All right, man. Like I could care. Like I don't like the whole Ryan Garcia situation. It's like, Devin Haney. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't did this. He ain't did that. Okay, fine. I get it. He email champion. All right, cool. But guess what? He's the champ, and this dude got a opportunity and fought his way through the rankings, the WBC rankings. Ryan did, to not fight Devin Haney. What? Like it's like, what the fuck am I watching? What the fuck is, what I mean? Let's just skip this champion and fight another guy. It's like, damn, but the belts don't mean nothing after I win a baby belt. Now the belts don't mean nothing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Guys not activating their mandatories. Guys not trying to get in there, mix it up. This is what it hurts. And then fans, they come out and just justify it. Why he got to work to be mandatory? Why he got to activate anything? It's like, because don't he want to be a champion? Because I don't see Sean Porter getting in there, jumping from subject to subject like I do. I don't see Sean Porter getting in there with Keith Thurman. I don't see Keith Thurman wanting to fight him. I don't see Earl Spence trying to fight Sean Porter again. I don't see him with neither one of those champions, because I think they trying to build up Thurman again. They're not going to give up they creme de la creme in Earl Spence, and Manny definitely not going to fight him. So really, who's left to fight him? You know what I mean? Why not go for that WBO? Now, if he got that WBO, now they can do it in-house. You know what I mean? He could go get that money, get that strap. Now he got an opportunity to fight all those guys again. Because right now, he ain't offering them nothing either.
No, apparently Sean Porter is a big ticket seller, and if Terrence Crawford fights Sean Porter, the pay-per-view is gonna go through the roof. So Bayern need to just turn over the goddamn money bag and just keep dumping out money until Sean Porter says, you know what, you can stop now. It's ridiculous. When has Sean Porter been some big pay-per-view seller? When? And somehow he gonna be a big pay-per-view seller with Terrence Crawford?
I think they stalling Crawford out with that Manny Pacquiao thing too. I think they just keeping that worm in front of him while they making moves on the outside of it. Because I mean, everyone talking about it like, oh, I wonder if Bud's gonna duck, Pacquiao, and it's like Pacquiao the one asked it for 40 when he took 20 to fight Thurman.
Exactly.
And on top of that, I don't see this fight any closer than it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Bro, that fight not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah. And they just keeping him they just keeping him still. You know what I mean? So he ain't moving because he waiting on that Pacquiao fight. Man, this is some bullshit.
Bro, boxing. I follow boxing, but there's a reason why for a lot of my years in combat sport, I didn't watch boxing at all. Because of this, and it's making me not want. You know what really brought me back into boxing full time? Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Because while I saw more of Deontay Wilder, and I remember he used to get into arguments with people. People like, oh, this guy, Americans, mind you. A lot of the same people who are so-called big Wilder fans, no, we're not watching Wilder back then. I was like, he ain't that good, but this dude, he's knocking people out. He has limitations, whatever. That's cool. I'll work with that. I saw Anthony Joshua fight, the Klitschko fight, because, I don't have no access to Sky Sports to watch no Dillian White and them things.
That was a hell of a fight, too. Hell of a fight.
Who the F is this guy?
I
was like, okay, let me watch more of this dude. Back in Wilder, because I was like, man, Wilder gonna knock him out though, but he a cool guy. And then I realized, like, okay, this guy is unifying. He not wasting no time. I can get behind this dude.
Mm-hmm. And Wilder had a chance to fight him too, but he was just a baby. He's just a baby right now. He needs more time. He's just a baby. So, and that's the one thing you can say about a guy like Anthony Joshua at that point in his career was he was reaching for greatness. He was really trying to be great.
Right.
Yeah. And he was flat on his butt, got up and took out the reigning.
Yeah, but there's one thing I'd like to point out, and that is his journey was easier than probably everyone else's because he was a gold medalist, Olympian.
Oh, AJ?
Yep.
You really think so? He has some people. I mean, the Klitschko was a damn good fight. I did see them.
No, I'm not talking about where he ended up. I'm talking about his journey. I seen a guy, they stopped the fight. He landed 3 punches in a row and the dude wasn't even hurt. And they were like, it's over. I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. I forgot who it was. I cooked on both of them dudes. I was bombing them both, to be honest with you, when they were coming up. I was cooking on them, man. But, they did both show me a little something, especially AJ. But even Tyson Fury showed me a little something when he got in there with, Deontay Wilder got in there with Tyson Fury in that first fight, and he did drop a guy, good boxer, put him on his ass a couple times, rocked him a couple times. That showed me that he did have that champion mentality. So that was good. Same with AJ. He took a loss, came back, also beat Klitschko, got up off his ass, took him out. I mean, these were good. It was nice to see them guys grow. It's just one guy kind of just didn't get, he kind of milked the game. He milked boxing, you know what I mean? And that's what happened. That's what happened. Tyson Fury came in there and gave him the bees. And now he's just in oblivion right now. I mean, are we hearing about Deontay Wilder fight anybody?
I don't know, man, because somebody sent me a Twitter DM, and I laughed because it was this clip of Wilder. The guys were like, well, You know what? And Wilder was like, yeah, man, I got, commercial properties. We do a lot of scuba diving. I'm gonna set up a scuba diving team to hunt for treasure. And I'm just like, I asked the person, why are you sending me? He's like, yeah, see, Wilder ain't hurting for money. That's why Wilder ain't out here talking. I'm like, bro, when is Deontay Wilder going to fight next? I do not care about Deontay Wilder's external businesses. It's like,
or how much money he's got.
Exactly. It's like, bro, I don't care. Is he going to fight again or not? Stop sending me nonsense.
You probably gonna be pissed then, Con. Because if you're doing a scuba school, it's probably gonna be on one of the islands. It might be on yours, and you have to see that shit all the time.
Oh my god. I gotta see this dude twerking on a goddamn catamaran.
Twerking on a big yellow boat.
Oh shit. A banana boat.
That's what I meant.
Let me see. Man. Josh Champra says Joshua always had big backing. When you have more sponsors than fights, you know they're going to push you a certain way.
Yeah.
But you see,
but when pushed into them situations, though, Con, you know what I mean? When he did get in there with them guys, he showed and he proved.
He could have lost them fights.
Yeah.
If he wasn't ready, he would have lost them fights. Joshua was 19 fights in fighting Klitschko. He had no business being in that fight. No business. And he won that fight. You know what I'm saying? So even if he was pushed fast, but he could have lost all of them big fights.
Yeah, because if Klitschko changed his tactics, he could have closed the show. So yeah, you're right.
Joshua had no business in that fight. No business. Even he said, like, back in them days, he wasn't no technical guy. He was just like watching his DAZN piece where it was like, what was it called? Whatever it was called, Making of Anthony Joshua. And he was talking about like leading up to that fight. He was like, bro, I wasn't no sportsman per se. I was just like a dude from Watford. He said, like he was saying, like, imagine me leaving my mother's house. I guess he was living like a council estate or something, y'all call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, bro, I didn't have no. I was like, I had like a little bag with my shoes, and I was driving myself to the arena, stuck in traffic with the people. I wasn't no sportsman like that to compare to Klitschko. Joshua at 19 fights, and you have people at 30-something fights saying, no, I'm a baby still. He had no business in that fight. No business. Tyson Fury, who's this great skill guy at 19 fights, was doing what? Right? So Joshua could have lost them fights. And that's why I was like, you know what? Let me watch this dude more closely. Let me watch more boxing. And because of Anthony Joshua, I stuck around boxing because I was like, okay, looking like we're brewing to something, because at that time, I was still expecting the Wilder fight to happen.
Yeah, we all were.
Deontay Wilder changed his whole steez. He changed his whole vibes.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't actually think it was him. I think it was Finkel whispering in his ear.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I think
Honestly,
Finkel really. I think he really screwed his career up, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. You know, he always had something to say. He was just, nah, we don't want that. Oh yeah, we made this offer, fake offers and shit. It was like, come on, man. Somebody trying to, what, a 24-hour deadline?
Yeah.
You got 24 hours, but you can't read the whole thing.
You can't read the whole thing, so.
And you don't know where it is.
Yeah, we ain't gonna tell you where the money at. That's none of your business.
Forget about the details. Just sign the fight.
That's right. Sign the fight.
Don't worry about those letters that make up words. Don't worry about those things. Just sign down to the bottom line. Trust me. Okay?
To be honest, that was more of a Tyson Fury move. I'm actually surprised that Tyson Fury didn't try that himself with AJ.
It sounds like he's trying some of that shit now, honestly. He better fucking hurry up and sign the contract. Like, or we're moving on. Like,
can't move on.
What?
He would have to retire because Bob Arum would not sanction any other fight. You're gonna make this contract worth what? All them bums are allowed you to fight?
He been quiet since then. If you notice about the whole thing, when it comes to him saying they gotta hurry up, you know, Bob brought him in, called him up. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's not how we do things over here, son.
That's right. He was like, for the first time, someone told Tyson Fury, "Shut the fuck up." Shut the fuck up.
Let this shit
Don't get
happen.
paid? Shut up.
Tyson Fury knows, bro. You have to fight Joshua. Bob Arum ain't sanctioning no more bomb fights for you. Bob Arum can't find no more goddamn Azerbaijani dishwashers for you to fight.
Who have you got in that fight, Con?
In what fight?
AJ Fury.
Oluwafemi in 7 rounds. I've been saying this for a while. Oluwafemi 7 rounds.
7 rounds. Okay.
Clean this fat dude out, Femi. Let's go.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll bet you the same, but for Fury. But it has to be the same round.
You got Fury we'll 7?
Yeah, I'll do it with you for a laugh. Fury 7. $5.
I
don't bet. I don't win things, so I don't bet.
Okay.
I don't win. Listen.
We don't have to bet for money. We can bet the loser has to do something stupid.
Kong said if he bets, it'll be bad for boxing.
No, if I bet, I'm gonna lose. And because I lose everything. I don't win bet. I never won a raffle, never won the lotto, never even a scratch off, nothing.
Yeah, but aren't you in a warm climate? If you do the ice bucket challenge, you'd be all right.
What the hell is that?
You might be turning a new leaf.
Are you serious? You don't know what the ice bucket challenge is?
No, what's that?
1-2 kid. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I do.
What's that?
Okay, it's when you get a big bucket of ice water and you tip it up over your head and you film your reaction. It's mad. People have been doing it for years. It's a big face.
Holy shit.
It's hot as hell in the islands too, man. So you know his reaction is gonna be.
it is
Tommy Tepper setting your ass up.
It is actually hot as fuck down here, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not even summer, and it's super, super hot. I don't know what is happening. I don't know if the volcanic ash is blowing up here from St. Vincent. I don't know what it is. Y'all know there's a volcano erupting in the island south of me, right?
Yeah. How hot is it? What's the temperature?
Here is the volcano.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll tell you how hot it is now. Hold on. It's hot as fuck. I don't know.
Hot as fuck. That's good enough.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
You know that kind of
Celsius. I got that.
It's 29 degrees Celsius.
What's the humidity?
Humidity? What the fuck? I don't know.
All right.
Hold on.
You got aircon?
Oh, I'm in my office right now, bro. I'm not leaving my office. I'm not going nowhere. I have my lights off so people don't see me.
Mm-hmm. You're in the chiller.
Hey, Con.
Yo.
How's the weather down there, bro?
Hot as fuck. You go ahead, man. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I guess you won't be monetizing this video.
I don't know how to monetize videos, bro. I don't know how to none of that.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. So Fahrenheit, that's 84 degrees, but it don't feel like 84. It feels like in the 90s. It's like it's really overcast, right? And it's like there's no breeze blowing. It's just hot.
Yeah. Sounds like humidity.
The air is saturated with moisture, so it must feel muggy.
Yeah. Sounds like humidity. A lot of that shit down south. I was down there. I was like, holy shit.
God damn. And I gotta go this weekend. I gotta go on a hike up to the hills. And I don't know if I go in again because I don't want to collapse up there because I'm fat and I don't think nobody can carry me down. And I don't want them to leave me up in the mountains by myself.
So you're fat. So did you look like you were juiced when I made you in the game?
I was actually quite impressed with my body. I have to feel good about myself. I was like, wow, you see this shit? I'm in shape. Look at me. I'm in shape.
I'm in my prime.
I'm in my prime. Look at me.
Let's go, champ.
Walk up on David hair and grab his hair.
Oh man.
Why didn't he fight?
Why didn't he fight Tyson Fury?
Who?
Hey.
I don't know. I think
why did that fight not happen?
I don't know. David Haye probably just Tyson Fury said David Haye. You know how these guys Tommy and say, "Oh, he on shit himself." I don't know what that means.
Basically, he pulled out. The first time it was because David Haye got cut over his eye in sparring. It was completely split, so he needed to get a load of stitches. And the second time, Fury got it. Not Fury. Haye got injured in sparring, and he basically needed a new left shoulder.
Holy shit!
So he got a new. I think he got a brand new. You know that we get like a hip replacement. Well, he got a shoulder replacement.
Really?
Damn. Yeah, he started breaking down too, didn't he? Didn't he like bust his Achilles fighting W?
Yeah, it's like
that shit looked awful.
Yeah, like he had a flat tire or something.
Earlier in his career, for whatever reason, he had an operation that actually took out 2 or 3 vertebrae. So he actually started off at 6'4", and then after the operation, I think he ended up at 6'2.5".
Ooh. Yeah. And that's the thing too with them ambush fighters. When their legs go, man, that's it. We seen the same thing happen to Sergio against Cotto. He ain't have no legs in that fight, man, and it was just like watching a completely different fighter, man.
But what's Josh Kelly's excuse?
You didn't have one, man. I don't know, man. He wasn't ready. He's just a baby, and I don't think he realized that. You know, I think he learned a few tricks, and then he went in there and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this," and he looked good for a couple rounds. But that motherfucker, I don't know what it is, man. Shit, I don't know, man. Maybe maybe he was wearing a suit in the locker room. Who knows? Who knows, man?
Brothers, I'm gonna go back here and put my lights back on in my office so people can see me now.
Peace, Corn.
Hey, peace to you,
Tommy Tipper.
Tommy, thank you again for displaying my wonderful pugilism acumen. I gave that dude that work. Check out Tommy Temper's page to watch me fight. I punched the dude in his stomach, make him vomit.
Oh, it's the boxing lounge, actually.
The boxing lounge. Oh, that's you, right?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Okay, well, hey, check out the boxing lounge because I punched the dude in his stomach. If y'all ever watch Pride and watch what Wanderlei Silva did to Quentin Rampage Jackson when he kneed him till he fell through the ropes, I did that to a dude in a video game.
But better.
I'm in shape.
It was hot as fuck.
Damn right it was hot as fuck. Yo, Tommy got us fighting in a gym where like there's pallets stacked up in the back and a box and blowing in the ring. I was like, ain't even no vendors here selling peanuts, nothing. Anyway, y'all take it easy, man.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
Peace out.
Ladies.